My name is Rex Dixon.
Jake Stein.
Clint from EA Sports.
You're watching NBL.
You're watching the NBL Network. And you're watching the MBLN Network.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's going to be dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks who catches it, makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is dropping back. He's got open over the middle.
Wow. That big playmaker ability as he finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown.
What is going on? NBL Network broadcast number 206. Had a couple technical difficulties to start this broadcast, but nonetheless, we are here. I'm joined alongside my co-host for tonight and the producer for tonight, Hop. We got a great game in store tonight. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. This is the Draft Gurus team, so we're always hyped week one to see what he's going to be able to produce on the field. And we got those Seattle Seahawks, Hop. NBL season 26 and 27, they were the NFC champions. They're trying to get back on top of that pedestal, man. You think it's about time for Seattle to kind of reclaim their place on top of the NBL?
Yeah, I mean, I got to play them last year in the playoffs. They're always a tough playoff team, but it seems like week 1 through 8, they just kind of sleep.
I guess we don't have Hop right now. All right, Seattle Seahawks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 0-0 NBL season 31. We're going to have a good game in store. Russell Wilson, as you see there, 88 overall, 87 throw power. Yes, he is getting older. Stephen Greenway. This was a big guy that they drafted. This was a guy that they were looking forward to drafting 2 seasons ago. They brought him in. They signed him, and he's been playing particularly well. Not too bad for Tampa Bay, but they would like to see his 3rd season in the NBL that he takes that next step forward. And what better way to start off than season 31, week 1. Let's get it rolling. Here we go. Tampa Bay's got the ball. And I believe we got Hop with us again right now. Hop, we're going to give this a take 2 for you.
I'm sorry. I forget about the push to talk. I'm here.
Here we go. Seattle Seahawks. Is this their opportunity here? It all starts with defense with this team. There's a big hit right there. Big hit laid by the safety for the Seattle Seahawks, laying the wood. 1st and 10 here on the 21-yard line. This is the Seattle Seahawks defense. If they're going to be able to compete, it's going to all start on the defensive end. And Tampa, they've struggled offensively, so this is a real opportunity to get their feet wet in NBL season 31 for Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that usually just sleepwalks through weeks 1 through 8. They come to playoff time, they get ready to play, but I think this is the year. They finally got younger on defense. They've got faster. Now is the time that they assert their dominance into the NFC West.
Tight formation. Here we go. Single back, number 32 in the backfield. Greenway under center, making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 on their own 21-yard line. Is going to be a little bit of a handoff, but nowhere to go. Big defensive stop there by number 51 as Whitner gains. And get this, he nets a -3-yard on his first run. Tell us about the wide receiver core in Tampa Bay right now. I know they have a big stud over there, Hop. Tell us how you think he's going to impact this game.
Hold on 1 second, Bombers. Give me 1 second.
All right, as Hop pulls up some stats here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As I said, we threw this together last second. We had some technical difficulties with our network director. That's why you're not seeing his cute little mug in the bottom right of the screen. But you will see him next time here on NBL Live. Broadcast number 206. I'm joined alongside Hop. Here we go. Single back formation. Whitner in the backfield. Greenways making adjustments at the line of the scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be a toss left upcoming here for the Tampa. They toss it to the left. Got room on the outside. Nowhere to go. And he's going to be taken down again as a little bit of a slow start here for Tampa as they go to run 2 times in a row. Put themselves in a 3rd and 14. A team that really struggles on 3rd down. Now they're finding themselves 3rd and 14. Maybe, Hop, this is an opportunity to play it a little conservative and maybe run a draw play and just punt the ball as a quick 3 and out. Seems to be the destiny to start this season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean, the Seahawks really like to blitz a lot, so expect a big zone blitz, cover 3 scheme, tight from here, blitzing off the corner edge, and see if they can get pressure on the young Greenway.
Watch out, Derek Tanner B right there in the inside slot. He's running the out. That's their favorite receiver. As Greenway gets his man off sides, you know Seattle likes to turn aggressive on, especially when they get in these 3rd and longs. They believe that their opponent is not going to be ready to fake hike it. And right there, Tampa does what they're supposed to do. They fake hike. It's going to be 3rd and 9. That's a big difference, 3rd and 14 to a 3rd and 9, Hop. I'm continuing to forget to push press the talk. 3rd and 9 for Tampa here. It's going to be very interesting to see what they come out in. I said maybe run a draw on 3rd and 14. Now being 3rd and 9, I'm thinking maybe they get a little aggressive. They have the speedster, Derek Tanner, 97 speed. I believe he's offset there on the left side of the field. Let's see what he can do. Maybe he can get deep down the field. Watch A open over the middle, but the pressure comes from the outside. It looks like Greenway's holding his ribs as he's down as a nice corner blitz off the edge gets the quarterback down. 4th and 17 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they're going to be punting the ball right now on a quick 3 and out, a very ugly 3 and out, Hop. So 2 runs that netted -4 yards. They get an offsides, brings them to a 3rd and 9, and their quarterback takes a sack that he's pending injury right now. He might be done for a couple games this season. Spin move on the outside. Number 86 gets down to the 44-yard line. And to top all that off, Seattle's got some great field position in there, led by veteran quarterback. I know he's only got 87 throw power now, Hop, but Russell Wilson is still the guy in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, he really is. It's not even about his throw power. It's more about his legs and his ability to create plays when plays get broken down. But about this Greenway injury, that could be huge for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, they never really, this whole cycle, got anything going until they drafted Greenway. He's really been created a great presence on this offense so far, so that could be huge.
3 tight end set, single back formation. Russell Wilson, number 21 in the backfield, got a tight end moving in motion right to left. The defense is adjusting, handoff up the middle, got a little bit of space, but not really much to go. Let's talk about the wide receiver core for the Seattle Seahawks. You got them pulled up, Hop. Can you pull up their roster a little bit on Daddy Leagues and give us just a little insight to the additions that they've added at wide receiver? They said they might be slinging the ball a little bit more than normal, and I said I hope so. Because if you want to be on NBL Live, you got to put forth the performance. And the ground and pound, as dominant as it might have been at one point, it's pretty boring to watch, Hop.
Yeah, I mean, they went out this year. They got Allen Robinson out of free agency. Huge pickup from Jacksonville. They still have Amara Darba. He was their great, I think it was 2 seasons ago that he...
There you go, bounces to the outside, down to the 30-yard line. That's Bradford. 2 rushes, 26 yards. His muscle cramps. He was holding his right side. It looked like it might have been something, broken ribs. I was thinking maybe something along those lines, but just muscle cramps. So he's a little dramatic, a little bit of a drama king in Tampa Bay, as Greenway's going to be returning to this game. And that's a good sign if you're Tampa. Just a little head scratching on the dramatics after the theatrics after the sack. But here we go, single back formation. Hop will talk about these wide receiver core in just a little bit. Here we go, man in motion. Is this play action FK quick? No, it's the handoff. Tries to get to the outside. Big hit. Number 59 knocks down former Detroit Lion, former Minnesota Viking, PJ Albury. Tries to get to the edge, but Jernigan says, nah, not today.
The journeyman PJ Albury just not getting it done right there. But going back to the receiver core, I talked about Allen Robinson coming in. They got Darba back, but probably their best receiver is Bradford, their running back. They utilize this running back out of in the passing game so much that you cannot forget about where he is at in the field at all times.
And that's what happens when your strength is actually your weakness. Here we go, single back, dropping back, looking over the middle, but it's cover 3, nowhere to go. Russell still got the legs. He's still going to move.
There he goes.
Somehow avoids getting hit, but there is injury on the field. It's going to pause the game clock for just a second. 3rd and inches here for the Seattle Seahawks. Are you still impressed at the spry mobility of Russell Wilson? I mean, how old is Russell at this point? 33, 32 years old?
Yeah, he's 33 years old.
This is a guy at 87 throw power, obviously regressed with his arm, but man, he can still get up into the pocket and get out of the pocket fairly effortlessly, and this is a 3rd and inches for a ground and pound team. We should see Bradford here, and this should be an easy pickup. Yeah, here we go. Trips to the right. Russell Wilson making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. He's dropping back. They're going to pass it all over the middle. He's got a man wide open. He's going to hit him. That's going to be touchdown. Welcome to NBL Season 31 as Russell Wilson delivers a dot running Bronco cross, splits the safeties in the cover 2 zone. Touchdown Seattle, and pending this extra point, they go up 7-0 on Tampa.
Yeah, and I mean, that's their 6th string wide receiver, Francis Holloway, 7th round draft pick this year, 22 years old, 5'10", and he's fast, Bomber. Runs a 4.3 40. He's fast.
Yeah, and you really want to see speedy wide receivers that lack the actual hands and the route running in tight spots like that. And that further made me believe this is probably a run play. Why he's out there, I don't know. But even inside the red zone, they bring in their speed guy. He splits the zone. There's a nice play there by number 83, returning it to the 28-yard line. But I kind of question right now, Seattle, why would you bring him in? I mean, you have some big receivers. You have Allen Robinson. Maybe that should be the focal point here when you're inside the red zone. But no, they go with the 6th round draft pick, and they sling it to him, the guy known for speed, when he's kind of boxed in inside the red zone.
I mean, listen to his catching stats. 71 catching, 70 catching traffic, 74 route running, and 76 spec catch.
Oh, well, so that's not good at all. So that goes back to my point. You want a guy like that in open space with that kind of speed, but instead, it works to their benefit. I mean, nice play right there. Maybe more towards the passing of Russell Wilson. Shotgun formation, Greenway dropping back. B's open under the middle. He finds him on a little bit of a shallow cross, drag route. 1-for-1, 14 yards. Good to see that they actually came out and they got aggressive with that play call. Texas double post is a great play. It has many options in it. You even have the angle route at the backfield hop after the 2 vertical routes maybe clear the linebackers. A lot of opportunities there for Tampa. Keep it simple for Greenway. And he picks up a nice 1st down, and now they're on the 42-yard line.
Yeah, man, according to you, anything in Texas is great. So, gotta love the play call there. And I like to see if they're getting the rookie Hill involved early. He's going to be a big...
And the Spurs won today. So that's important as well.
They actually won a game, huh? Surprising.
Yeah, no sweep here. Here we go, shotgun formation. Got Whitner. He's going to be flooding to the left side. Watch the out route on the left side's not there. Instead, he goes underneath. Little high-low concept to Whitner. I guess they maybe patent that after the Seattle Seahawks last year. A lot of that last year from Seattle, high-low concepts on left or right side of the field, using their halfback to take away the flat, and then trying to get something intermediate, either an out or a C route on either side of the field. Nice read right there by Greenway. Puts them in a manageable 2nd and 4. We're seeing a heavy passing attack here from Tampa. We haven't seen this. Watch Derek Tanner. That's their favorite receiver dropping back. They're going to try to hit him on an out route. Throws it a little early.
Oh, wow.
But column number 17 hangs on to it, and that's Derek Tanner, the leading wide receiver. We got some stats on Derek Tanner last year. He was pretty phenomenal. He was a rookie last season. They compared him a lot to HB18 because the physical abilities are nearly identical. You know the GIF or the little image where Spider-Man's pointing at Spider-Man?
Yeah, I do actually know.
That's the one that I think might come up with those 2 guys in the same room.
Yeah, I mean,
here we go, shotgun formation.
Yeah.
Greenway's looking across the field. He's going to ID the mic on the right side of the field. Sonny, that ID the mic was for you. Here we go. He's looking over the middle. Another drag. Finds his man number 12. Gets down almost to the 1st down. It's going to be a 2nd and inches, I believe. That was 2nd and 1 here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How impressed are you with them moving the ball down the field? Coming out in an offensive passing attack. Counterintuitive to what they were doing, the first drive that they 3-and-outed. It was a lot of running.
Yeah, I think they went ahead. They seen that first drive, the little 3-and-out. They made an adjustment. Now they're getting Greenway, not letting him go through all of his reads. Just make quick reads, pick up little yards, and move the ball along the field like that. I think he's 4 for 4, 47 yards right now. Getting Greenway in the motion, and let's see what he can do in the red zone.
Hail wide right. Joyce standing up the tight end on a seam route. Looking to the right side. Don't like what they see. And there goes Greenway, just standing in the pocket, a sitting duck. And Cox says, it's time for you to go down. 3rd and 10 here for the Seattle Seahawks defense. It looks like they might save themselves here. I thought 2nd and 1, man. This is a time you run Whitner up the middle. You keep the chains moving hot, but instead Tampa decides to stay aggressive, but no real awareness from the quarterback. He stays dead center of the pocket. The edge heat comes off the left side. Kind of got to be prepared for that. I know it's your blind side, you're a right-handed quarterback. You got to do just a little bit better of a job than that. Shotgun formation. Whitner on a wheel route there up the slot. Timeout, Seattle. They don't like what they're seeing.
Yeah, going back to that, I think that's just Greenway being a little young. He's in his 3rd year. He was drafted in the same draft as Gerber. I think he was right before, so he was like pick 4, top 5 pick. You got to see him get some more movement. He's got to step up in the pocket, feel that presence, and move around in that pocket more if he's going to be successful in the NBL.
Absolutely. Third season in the NBL, and we just have not seen the growth from Greenway. I actually spoke with some representatives out of the Tampa Bay front office, and they were debating whether they go quarterback in this last year's draft. They didn't do it. Greenway's still there, but it was a thought in their mind, and I can see why now. Dropping back, looking on the out route on the left side, not there. All kinds of time in the pocket, all kinds of time. He's going to throw a pick in the end zone. Too much time is not good for this quarterback. Interception. Here comes Seattle, 20 to the 25.
He's got a lot of room.
He's got space to get around, but he couldn't get around 74. What's the pursuit tackling on 74? Great angle, great tackle, hot, but that looked like that could have been a pick 6, and that would have been for 100 yards. And a nice little run to the outside. You know, you gotta slow down just a little bit. You know,
that's been Greenway's problem. He's got a lot of yards. Look, 3,300 his rookie year, 3,200 his sophomore year, but 36 picks, 31 picks. Never had a QBR above 70. He's just got to make better. And here's
the issue with Greenway is when you're in scoring range, I definitely don't like those picks. Toss to the outside, spin move, gets the first down. How silky smooth does Bradford look early in this game? 3 carries, 27 yards. A tackle by Lewis Wallace. A guy talked about Pittsburgh was interested in bringing him in. Here's a little tidbit of information for those on the information line and rumor mill line in the NBL. Lewis Wallace is a speedy cornerback. Pittsburgh was looking for speedy cornerbacks 2 seasons ago. Tampa said, no, he's off limits. Well, I've heard now. Tampa says he's back on limits, and he's tradable.
Is that so?
Anybody's looking for a speedy cornerback, Lewis Wallace is on the block in Tampa Bay. Got a man in motion, number 15 right now. Handoff, number 36. That's P.J. Albury, I believe. Juices to the outside. This isn't a fast man. This is a man about 82, 83 speed, but he might deceive you just a little bit when he breaks outside. And a great locker room presence. Absolutely love P.J. Albury in Detroit. Spent some time in Minnesota. Give us a little information about P.J. Albury, what you can expect from him getting some carries here in Seattle.
I mean, he's a great locker room presence, like you said. He's not going to get outside and burn you like these fast running backs do, but he's a good, hard runner. He puts his head down, and he just runs over people. And he's a champion. He's an NBL champion, Bomber, so you got to put some respect to him.
He is an NBL champion. He won with the Vikings. He might actually be 2-time champion. I'm not sure if he won with the Lions.
I'm not sure. I mean, he didn't play in the Super Bowl, but he was there, support.
He didn't play. He actually played with my team. I think up until the point building the franchise where I actually had to make him do a long run. And I realized, man, this guy really can't. He really doesn't have much juice. Shotgun formation. Wilson dropping back, looking over the middle of the field. Got all kinds of time. And Allen Robinson, his first touchdown in Seattle for the Seahawks happens right now on NBL Live broadcast number 206. A cover 0 hero. That's Allen Robinson. You can't cover 0 with Allen Robinson with the cornerbacks that you have in Tampa, or can you? Because they got some great cornerbacks. But they always say great offense always beats great defense, and that's what we had happen right there. Allen Robinson gets in for touchdown number 15, AR-15, touchdown Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, they do have some great cornerbacks in Tampa Bay, but you're just not going to – Allen Robinson's going to win that 8 out of 10 times. He's just that good, and I know Jacksonville's missing him now, but he's in Seattle. He's ready to compete for an actual championship, so we're going to see what he can do throughout season 31.
Allen Robinson left, he left Jacksonville. He left Daniel Shirley, a team that was built upon, passing the ball. I mean, they're built on the run game, but they brought in a quarterback that can sling the ball. You'd think Allen Robinson would say, hey, let me stay there, let me be happy. He wanted the money. He took the money, he went to Seattle, got paid, and it looks like, man, this might be a good fit for him. Kilo counterplay number 32, that's Whitner, nowhere to go on the run game.
Man.
3 carries, -2 yards for Whitner to start this 2nd and 8 here for Tampa Bay.
Another young player in the Tampa Bay offense. You like to see him bounce that outside. He had a ton of room to the left right there, but instead he pulled it back to the inside and just couldn't get through at all.
When you see the edge get sealed the way that did on that counter, you think, oh, I got all kinds of green space and field on the left side. As a halfback, you have to be aware of those situations. Your ball carrier vision has to tell you and dictate you where to go. And you just didn't see that with Whitner right there. A little play action here. He's looking over the middle of the field, nowhere to go. He's going to go to X. Give me that user pick. What do we have? What do we have here? Bobby Wagner, how old are you? You can't do this. You're too old. You're too old. You're too old. Touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks. Too easy. Oh, he's feeling fresh. Legs looking fresh. Style of play looking fresh. They're up 21-0. What do we have? Do we have another game available right now? We do have extra game. Guys, don't think you're just going to sit here and watch a blowout. We have the Browns-Steelers we can put on as well. What is the Browns-Steelers looking like right now, Hop? Are they up and ready, rolling right now?
Oh, yeah, they're rolling. It's 7-3 Pittsburgh with the ball, 5:50 to go in the 2nd quarter.
And what was the score? I missed the score.
7-3 Pittsburgh.
7-3 Pittsburgh. Let's go ahead and tune over to that game. Link me over to that game. We'll get actually, we're going to give Tampa one more possession to kind of try to combat this thing as a nice juke to the outside there. Number 86 gets down to the 29. We're going to run through Tampa one more possession. If they don't put points on the board, we're going to go over to the Pittsburgh Browns game, which we know is going to be a great game, but also a division rival. And who doesn't like division rivals? Browns, Steelers, these are two teams that battle out. Steelers already have a championship in this Madden cycle. Guys, if you're wondering about the NBL, 365, August to August, Madden Gaming, 32 owner, sim style, Madden League. I mean, it's great. Up the middle, Whitner's got some space right there. He takes a big hit laid by number 45, the safety, and he picks up the first down. They like those big hitting safeties in Seattle. That was Steeples with a tackle.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they went through a change. They started out this cycle, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, and then by season 3, they had none of them. So now they've been slowly building up these young secondary, and now I think they're finally ready to compete at the elite level in the NBL.
1st and 10. Is this going to be another predictable run for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or can the line get some push here? It's going to be handoff off the middle, and Bobby Wagner hit stick fumble, recovered by Tampa. Everything that could have gone wrong to start this season in Tampa seems to be going wrong, but thank you to the Browns and Steelers because we got a backup game, but they still got the ball. I said I'm going to give them this possession to score. If they score a field goal, we'll stay with it for another possession, but right now we're going to play it by ear. Any turnover, a punt, we're going straight over to the Browns Steelers. I've already got the link for that game.
What about Bobby Wagner? He's 32 years old.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner, he's 32 years old, and he's hitting them holes like that. What is his speed at right now?
80.
I mean, this is
he's an 80 speed.
80 speed. A guy that's been regressing for the last 3 years. It just seems like as all the time in the world, this usually costs deadly. Got to move out the
passing.
Pocket. Did he pull up target passing right
there?
He did. That was
Play getting tricky with it.
Play his left index finger got a little slippery right there as he pulled up the target pass, and I know that's not what he was trying to do. But movement in the pocket, something I can already take away from Greenway that he's not doing right now that he should be doing. That was just a broken play. You either run or you get yourself some space from that line and you playmaker somebody down the field. You have to have those things and keep your head on a swivel. Not seeing it right now from the 3rd-year player in the NBL. He was a top 7, I believe, pick in NBL
5.
season 28 rookie draft. Here we go, dropping back, looking over the middle of the field.
That pressure again.
Oh, he's got A open. He's going to find him. Nice throw right there. He's got some space. They're trying to stay on this game.
Oh.
And that's their own number 15 as Greenway.
That's the rookie.
Down to the 31, and that's the rookie Hale that they drafted. Tell us a little bit about Hale right now, wide receiver for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 6'1", 24-year-old receiver. Very, very fast. 96 speed, I think. 95 excel. So he comes in. He's got great catching ats. He's just a very good complement to an already established Derek Tanner.
Yeah, so you put him next to Derek Tanner, who's also 96, 97 speed, was Rookie of the Year last year. I mean, that's a whole lot of things. They're going to get a little tricky here. Hit the screenplay to Hale, the drag to Hale on a screen to the right. Now, how do you feel about that? He runs across screen, but he stays with the drag and kind of throws the defense off just a little bit. Looked like there was some big play opportunity there for Tampa.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, the middle linebacker broke to the halfback screen, and it just left the drag completely open and let Hale get involved and pick up the first down.
Shotgun formation here. Watch Swaim on the seam. Tanner on the C route. Here we go, dropping back. He's looking at that seam. It's not open. It's not open, but he's going to the C route instead. Derek Tanner almost picked off by the safety. Just a little too late, or maybe a little too early. Maybe he should have waited for that C route to just cut just a little bit more, and then maybe left stick down to the left a little bit, kind of just fend that safety off a little bit. Greenway gets a little too antsy and kind of just throws it. Just wasn't a great placed ball. Here we go, shotgun formation. Whitner in the backfield. Joyce on the corner route on the right side. Watch the seam inside slot. You got Derek Tanner. He's the red route right there. They're looking for him. They like what they see. No, they go to the halfback on the weak side. Whitner's got some time to pick up some space. He gets down to the 11-yard line. 3rd and 1, and this is a 3rd and manageable. They're going to come away with points, so it looks like we're going to stay on this game just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, Greenway is what I like to call an 80-yard quarterback. He's great for the first 80 yards, but you get him in the red zone, and he's a lot like Daniel Shirley. It's just turnover, turnover, turnover. Come to red zone. So I like the quick decision, get it out to the running back, and pick up the yards and get it that much closer to some points.
It's always tough to throw in the red zone, and teams that have quarterbacks that aren't good throwing in tiny windows always struggle in the red zone. Here comes the Heat. They get rid of it early. They got a touchdown opportunity here. Number 12's fighting.
Get in there.
Tampa, and they start NBL season 31 with their first touchdown in the 2nd quarter with 2:22 left. But they're right back in this game, and they got a sweet long-haired lefty kicker that's looking to kick this through the uprights, and he absolutely does. 21-7. Nice response drive there from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's another good receiver in this Tampa Bay receiver core, Chris Godwin. I think he's a fourth-year player or fifth-year player in the NBL. Another good, quick 6'1" receiver.
Yeah, they got size. They have speed on the wide receiver core here in Tampa. Arguably one of the most talented wide receiver cores. I mean, we're going to talk San Francisco. We're going to talk Philly. If you want to check those two teams' wide receiver cores out, go to MaddenBomberLeague.com. It's hosted on the Daddy League's website. The leaders, the premier website host for your franchise mode. If you have a franchise mode, make sure you check out DaddyLeagues.com.
Yeah,
and if you're interested in joining the NBL, you go to 365.MaddenBomberLeague.com. The 365 is because we do go all year round, August to August. Shotgun formation, Russell Wilson, number 21 in the backfield. That's their favorite wide receiver target, believe it or not, but he's going to go underneath. He has a man right here, and that's going to be down to the 28-yard line. I saw the drag coming a mile away there.
And you know,
I
Bomber,
think that's what they were doing.
You talked about switching over to bonus coverage to not see a blowout, but it's kind of shaky in Pittsburgh, 21-3 Steelers.
Steelers up 21-3 on their division rival, Cleveland Browns. Browns playing with a rookie quarterback right now. They brought over Jameis Winston from this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. They rolled with him for 3 seasons, and then they just released him this offseason. Now Jameis Winston is where? Where is he at? In Tennessee? He's playing with the Tennessee Titans. Matt Stafford's playing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is with the Detroit Lions. A lot of quarterback movement in this. What was this, our 6th season in this Madden 18?
This is our 6th season.
A lot of movement right now to the outside. Juke move, number 21. That's Bradford. Gets down to the 42-yard line. I like to see jukes like that. Those are really. Oh, man. I don't know how fast he is, but, man, he's shifty. You know, he might not have the end. What's his speed?
96. Man, that kid's.
So 96 speed with the ability to change gears. I always say how important it is when we watch these NBL live games. You know, halfbacks or receivers or anybody with any kind of speed, even quarterbacks, if they have different change of gears, that's what really makes them tough. And we saw that right there with Bradford. He was able to hit a little stop and go. Albury in the backfield. Looks like he's coming out the backfield. Russell Wilson taking too much time. He's just going to throw it away there to the right side. And it goes out about 3 for 4, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. What an impactful performance. Before that pass, he was 3 for 3, 62 yards and 2 touchdowns. 3 passes and 2 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? Russell Wilson has been very efficient for this team, and it just seems like he's just toying with them in the pocket. Very lifelike play there for Russell Wilson and these NBL Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to live up to that huge contract he got about 2 years ago. I think it's the biggest contract in the NBL before HB gets paid. Of course, but
yeah, Russell Wilson got a really big deal, and a lot of people question it because his play kind of went down in NBL season 28 after he got paid. But here we are, little handoff up the middle. There's Bradford again, 96 speed, getting down to the 50-yard line. This was a guy that many people said, man, this halfback can do a lot of damage. You just didn't see too much last season running the ball that really wowed you. But now I'm seeing him come back in his sophomore season, and I'm saying, wow, this guy's got some game.
Yeah, I mean, so we go back to Russell Wilson. We talk about that big contract he got. So he got the contract, and since then hasn't posted 100 QBR since. So he's looking better this year. We look for him to have a little better year than last year, as he still 17 for 22.
Here we go. Finds his man on the flat. There's going to be a pickup. Big number 80 trucks his way down to the 43-yard line. And now we're talking about Russell Wilson. I think Derek Bradford, the success of the halfback position, even in the passing game, it just takes that pressure off Russell Wilson. I know he's at 87 throw power, and a lot of people don't like to play with 87 throw power. But when you have the wheels and the ability of Russell Wilson, it's a completely different ball game. And now he's got that running attack again, Hop. So when you get that running attack, it just starts feeling like, well, this was Seattle Seahawks NBL season 26, 27. And that's what they're hoping for here. Hand off to the right side. He's going to bounce it outside. One man to beat. Can he beat him? Almost. Doesn't happen. I thought for sure he was beating that guy right there.
So, I mean, when you've seen the Seattle Seahawks season 26, season 27, I think they went to the Super Bowl both years, 1-1. It was all on the back of Thomas Rawls. So then they lost Rawls, and they could not find a replacement. They tried 2 or 3 different guys. I think they finally found their guy in Bradford right here.
Absolutely. Shotgun formation. Bradford's offset to the right side. 2 tight ends here. Both of them run out on routes. They only got 5 blocking. Here he goes. He finds his man up the middle, but an overthrow. Looks like it kind of slipped out of his hand, dropping back there for Russell Wilson. Didn't set his feet all the way, but, man, that's a pretty routine throw that he can make. I mean, that's a superstar throw with a superstar quarterback, but you didn't get the superstar results there. 3rd and 7 here for the Seattle Seahawks as they're approaching that field goal range with 17 seconds left in this half and 1 timeout.
Yeah, that's a dangerous overthrow right there. That could have easily been picked and took the other way for points.
Here we go, shotgun formation. You see Bradford go to the flat to the left side, and Wilson's running for his life. He's running for his life. He's going to pick it up. He's going to pick up that first down like he always does. You see it in real life. He rolls out, right, and he puts the ball out in front of him, and he makes sure he gets that first down. Was that anything less lifelike right there? I mean, that looked like Russell Wilson NFL.
It does. I mean, the pocket's completely collapsed. He's in the middle of 3 or 4 guys. The next thing you know, he slips out by himself and picks up 6-7 yards and gets out of bounds.
Phenomenal to see the what was he, 33 years old right now in the NBL?
Yeah,
being
33.
able to, what was that?
Yeah, 33, I'm sorry.
33 years old, being able to still make those plays. I mean, the guy's like fine wine. He really is just timeless. 9 seconds left. They're getting a little risky here, but they do have that one timeout. They're trying to get aggressive here. Here goes Seattle, play action. They're looking over the middle of the field. They find their man is caught. He's down. It's going to be a quick timeout. 3 seconds left now. Here's the question, Hop. I mean, you just ran it, right? You just passed it right there. I mean, you're at the 9 now. How much do you trust this offense? Not much at all. They're going straight to field goal.
Yeah, kick the field goal. I mean, I don't even like that pass right there, really. I mean, you passed there for, what, 20 yards right there. Took off 6 seconds and almost, I mean, he could have stayed up, broke a tackle or something, and got tackled at the 1 and ran out the clock. That's a little risky for myself. I think you've seen it last night. I did it to myself when I got sacked with 10 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, you never like to leave points on the board. I think risk versus reward there. You are risking leaving points on the board. That's something you have to tell yourself. I know we like to get aggressive here, and we like to think that we can get in there, but 9 seconds left with 1 timeout. Just if you're not taking the shot into the end zone, that ball could have got tipped up in the air. It could have been a tip pick, and you would have left points on the board in a 21-7 game. That's really important for Seattle to make sure they come away with points. This is a team that struggled to score in the past. I know they're playing the Bucs, who also struggle to score, but they ended up getting the field goal, and now they get a little 2-for-1 as they're going to get the ball back here to extend their lead. What is the Browns-Steelers looking like right now?
So who's the quarterback now for the Steelers? It's Stafford, right?
Yeah.
Stafford just fumbled, and they're on the Steelers driving on their own 40, 21-6 with 40 seconds to go in the first half.
All right, so who has the ball? The Browns got the
Pittsburgh.
ball? All right, what's the other game we got? We got another game, I believe.
I would have to look. It's the Giants and someone.
All right, here we go. Third quarter, 5:56 left.
Giants-Falcons.
Giants-Falcons is another game we could switch to as well. We'll probably be switching somewhere in the third quarter if we do decide to switch 24-7. But let's see if this very talented Tampa Bay secondary, very talented Tampa Bay linebacker core can make a play here for them. Can they stop Bradford and this Russell Wilson-led offense and get them off the field? Let's see if they can 3-and-out them. They have yet to do it this game. 24-7 right now. Handoff up the middle and a dive for no reason as Bradford with a spin for no reason. I think, 7 rushes, 77 yards. I'm just saying. 7 rushes, 77 yards. Might be the year. It might be the year for Bradford right now.
Yeah, it's a scary thing to think about. Seattle's got their rushing game back the way it was a couple seasons ago. They can be a very, very dynamic team.
And this is a talented Tampa Bay team. I mean, this is a talented defense. You got to see more. I got to see effort. This is week 1. NBL season 31. We've seen this play over and over again. Where's the effort in Tampa? I should definitely be seeing it week 1. Shotgun formation. Watch Bradford offset to the right there. This looks like a passing down here. 1st and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks. They're making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. We got 7 guys in the box. Dropping back. They send the heat. Out route to the outside. Gets his toes down and picked up. Allen Robinson continuing to shine and saying, hey, man, I got a little bit more tires, a little more tread left on these tires. Unlike Jacksonville thought. Jacksonville didn't want to pay this guy. They didn't want to give him the rightful amount of money that he earned as a star wide receiver in Jacksonville. So he comes over to the NFC. He goes with the powerhouse in the NFC West. He goes with the Seattle Seahawks. And it seems to be paying dividends for both of these guys so far.
Yeah, I mean, you never want to see a star receiver leave your organization. It's got to hurt Jacksonville, but Seattle can't be more than happy to get Allen Robinson over here and finally have a star receiver after having aging A.J. Green. They haven't really had a star in Seattle since season 26.
Hey, you haven't seen many stars. It's to the outside. Bradford just continues to eat in the chat. Motor saying Seattle's offensive line is looking great. And I think that's an understatement. Their offensive line is looking phenomenal. This is a team that struggled keeping Russell Wilson upright last season with this newly found ambition to say, hey, let's give it to Bradford and let him hit the edge. It seems to really be paying dividends early on and just seeming like it's giving Russell Wilson more time. And this is a quarterback you don't want to give a lot of time to because when you give him time, that's when he really becomes deadly. Here we go, dropping back, shotgun formation, looking to the left, now decides to go to the right. Number 86 takes some room down to the 22-yard line, 7 for 9, $124, 2 touchdowns for Russell Wilson, no interceptions. You just got to come away with points at this point, 24-7.
Yeah, I mean, this is not looking very good for Tampa Bay to start off season 31.
All right, let's switch it over to Pittsburgh, Cleveland right now, and let's get our extended broadcast here on the screen. Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Pittsburgh 21, Cleveland 6. They're about to start the second half right now. Hop, can we get that on the screen?
Yeah, it's up. It's up. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Cleveland 6, Pittsburgh 21. Matt Stafford playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Looking good, number 9. Feeling fine. You got Javier Howard on the left, Chauncey Arnold, Jesse James. You get the same pretty much guys you got. No Le'Veon Bell, though. Looking to the right side, finds his tight end, Jesse James, who picks up a few if he stayed in bounds. I'm not sure if he did. Yeah, he picked up 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Pittsburgh Steelers and this Matt Stafford-led offense. Excited to see Matt Stafford in that black and gold? Or should I say black and yellow? I'm sorry, black and yellow.
Oh, I'm more than happy to see Matt Stafford lead the NFC North. He can take his talents to the AFC all he wants. I am more than happy to see him in the black and yellow.
All right, here we go. Jesse James on the seam. You got Javier Howard on a dig on the right side, a deep dig. This is going to be Patriots drag. Matt Stafford specialty. He absolutely loves this play. Watch for the man coming across on the drag. He hits it, almost picked off. It looked like it was a hard flat as they were trying to find Chauncey Arnold, I believe, running from left to right. As we're going to get a third game set up right now, we're going to try to find some extra bonus coverage. Big shout out to OSU, set all this up for us, got everything scheduled and unisolated the network director assistant. 3rd and 6 here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big down right here. And the Cleveland Browns get this team off the field. That's always been important for Cleveland. They struggle to do it. Play action. He's looking to the left and right. Nowhere to go. He's getting chased down. Goes Stafford. He doesn't have the legs he used to have. 34 years old. He was let go from the Detroit Lions. And the coach is a little upset. Former coach of the New York Jets. If you can name that coach, that's Todd Bowles over there. He's coaching for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right. We're in our 6th year in NBL Season 31, Madden 18. They're going to be punting the ball, and here's an opportunity for the Cleveland Browns to get on the field with their rookie quarterback and try to make something happen right here. Number 83 with a spin move to the right side. He's got space. He's got all kinds of space. They're calling him NASA. Spin again. Nowhere to go on that one. Down to the 45. Number 27 looking electric in the special teams. And that's Reeves, not Keanu. Actually, that wasn't Reeves. That was number 83. Here we go. 21-6. Cleveland, a ground and pound team. They were known for Isaiah Crowell, ground and pound. He's not with them anymore. He had free agency. He's ended up signing with the New England Patriots. And now they got Duke Johnson Jr., who they've had this whole time. But he becomes a feature back. Watch for Zach the Manch. That's their prolific wide receiver. Corner out to the right side. Nice possession catch. Watson, excuse me. I almost said Jameis Winston. Obviously not the quarterback there anymore, as Watson catches a corner route.
So tell me, what do you think about Cleveland trading up to the 14th pick and drafting this quarterback? I think they thought Mariota was going to fall to him in free agency. He decides to go to Oakland. They're left without a quarterback, so they trade up and get Watson. Tell me what you think about Watson, Bowman.
I'd have to see him play a little bit. I don't want to judge from just the college performance, but he was a guy they moved up to get. I mean, they moved up. They jumped over, believe it or not, add another storyline to this team's rivalry with the Steelers. The Steelers moved up to get Watson. And the Browns moved up over top of the Steelers to get Watson. Now, will it pay off? I don't know. It's week 1. He's a rookie. We like to give rookies a season and a half to see what they're really made of. But I'll tell you what, the Steelers team wanted them. And Stafford was the second option. And if Stafford uses that to play with a chip on his shoulder, it might be good. Duke Johnson nowhere to go. Spins himself right into the defense. Bud Dupree in the vicinity. They're going to give him the tackle. 3rd and 7 for the Cleveland Browns.
I think the big thing with Cleveland, they've always been behind a strong run game. Isaiah Crowell, they let him walk in free agency as well. So
I already said that, Hop. I already said that, though.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that was already said. Now they got Duke Johnson Jr., who's been on this team for a long time, and now they say, hey, you're the man. He's a little older. Nice little seam pass right there, but broken up by number 25. You got to watch number 36, Jawar Forney. They have so many talented defensive players on this Pittsburgh Steelers team, and I know them like the back of my hand. I somehow know all the guys on this team, and I kind of question how I know that, and I just think it's through repetition of just watching NBL Live. You guys probably feel the same way. 21-9 here. Cleveland, Pittsburgh seems like a better, more competitive game. We're going to stay here probably for this entire broadcast. Thanks for watching us, guys. This is the NBL Madden Bomber League, a 32-owner franchise league. We've been around for 5 Madden so far. It's going to be our 6th one in Madden 19. We play 365, August to August Madden football, 32 owners. We never play with 30 owners. We never play with 29. It's always 32 high. Got to keep it full. We got our grid development leagues where we pull our talent from. So if you're like, hey, how do I get in this league? How do I become a part of this? Or maybe you're asking yourself, where's that fat guy that's usually in the bottom right talking? Well, he had some technical issues today, so we stepped up for him, and we're here. But Abdullah's got – is that Amir Abdullah?
That is Amir Abdullah. Is he just going after every line?
Stafford handed off. Wow. Okay, Amir Abdullah lasted one season with me. If you watch my Building the Franchise Detroit Lions, I had to let him go. He just fumbles too much. He took some time and went off to Dallas and played kind of it was a little bit of a role player as far as a halfback. You know, took about 3 to 5 carries a game away from Zeke Elliott. And now he finds himself wearing number 39 and playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who would have thought? And Stafford's about to throw it to him here. Yeah, I knew he was going there, and Amir did what he does for me. He just doesn't stay in bounds. He doesn't stay in bounds. His awareness on that, not that good. A little play action X burst cross for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nobody was open. Great pressure. Great Tampa 2 coverage there for the Cleveland Browns. It took away the middle of the field. The man in motion can kind of get open on that middle of the field, splitting the safeties. It just wasn't there. Stafford, 2nd and 10 here. Let's see what he can do here for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I mean, Stafford, 9 for 13, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns to start this game and start his career in Pittsburgh. It's great if you're Pittsburgh. Got him on a pretty cheap deal. Star NBL quarterback, I think he's Hall of Fame member, right? Correct.
And there we go. Underneath the Christian, nowhere to go. Yeah, Matt Stafford has a long pedigree. Are we talking about Matt Stafford? The 6-time NBL champion, Matt Stafford? Yeah, he's got a lot of pedigree, but he's older. He's 34. They signed him to a 1-year deal. They got him on a good deal. I don't know if he'll be the quarterback next year, but I know he's going to have an opportunity, and there's nobody coming in for him now. So this is his chance. 34 years old. This is his team, and they don't have a backup. They're pretty much all in with Matt Stafford right now.
Yeah, I mean, how many quarterbacks can say they played for 2 franchises that have 10 championships?
Yeah, not many, and he's looking at RB right there, but he didn't have the time to get it off. The quick release ain't that quick, and Myles Garrett says, take a seat, Matt Stafford. Your time is up. Our time is now. And that's to quote the legendary John Cena. It's going to be a punt here for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You just had to plug wrestling in this, didn't you?
Wrestling, a great sport.
It's not a sport, man.
Scripted, not fake. Here we go. Return unit out again, number 83. He's been deadly with the spins, but he spins right into the defense there. And it looks like we're currently experiencing network issues. And it looks like we're going to have to switch back to the Tampa Bay game. Another connection issue.
So we'll switch back to the Tampa Bay game right now. I have another game. We have the New York Giants in Atlanta, up 17-3 right now with the ball in the second quarter. But we'll switch back to the Tampa Bay game right now.
Yeah, it's 34-7 right now. Seattle Seahawks over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That was a big fumble.
As a big fumble right there for Tampa, picked up by Seattle, and they're just pretty much just pouring it in right now. 34-7. Another defensive touchdown here for the Seattle Seahawks. The defense has more touchdowns than the offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we're not even in the 4th quarter yet. Do we have another game, or are we done for NBL Live right now? We got another one?
So we got one more. Let's switch over to that. I just sent you the link. I'm going to switch over now and chat. It's 17-3 Giants, and they're driving, closing in on halftime. 20 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and this was a Falcons team that won, what, 13 games last season? They were the number – okay, they were the number 2 seed in the NFC last season. They took on the Vikings. Was their first game. They lost that game. They were 1 and done. And I thought this team would come out with a little bit more to prove. The Giants kind of limped into the playoffs. They won their first 9 games last season. Then they came into this season really, a team that kind of was on the losing end of a lot of games at the end of the season. Good to see them bouncing back. Davis Webb dropping back, looking to the right side, finding RB on a quick out. And that's the tight end. He's going to pick up a little bit. Actually, he's probably the fullback out the backfield. I think I know that play. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Fullback out the backfield on the double goes, which is a man coverage beater. So, I mean, he seems to have the rhythm right now. I know we've watched one play, and I'm just going to kind of, say that maybe he's just kind of figuring out this Atlanta defensive scheme, which is a lot of people say, man, they bring a lot of heat. It is pretty predictable. Here we go.
Have the best defensive player in the league. Takk McKinley is by far the best.
McKinley is the guy. Number 18 is their field goal kicker. The kick is up. It is good. It looks like it's going to be 20-3 as the New York Giants take a 17-point lead into halftime in Atlanta over the arguably a top 4 regular season team from NBL season 30. So this is a bit of an upset right now. And the New York Giants get the ball to start the half.
Yeah, I mean, these are 2 teams that we really had questions with going into season 31. The Giants won a Super Bowl in season 29. They come back and pretty much just fall out of season 30 and just squeak into the playoffs, lose out first round. And like you said about the Falcons, they were 1 and done in the playoffs as well. So it's like, which team is going to be able to, can the Falcons just take that extra step and get to that eliteness in the NFC? or are they just going to buffer out like they're doing right now?
And they've done that before. We saw them NBL season 27. They kind of popped up and looked like they're going to be a real deal as Marlon Petway gets down to the 28-yard line. Petway, a dominating halfback for the New York Giants. Such a talented offense. Really impressed so far with the New York Giants.
Yeah, I mean, 17-point lead. That's great. We know what Marlon Petway can do, and Davis Webb as well. It's just seeing if OBJ and company can get going here.
And Odell Beckham, speaking of him, he's on the left side of the field, but this is going to be a handoff. Ben Stokes, another big wide receiver. A lot of talent for this New York Giants offense. Let's see what they do here with Davis Webb. You got Moffitt, tight end, and then Evan Ingram, tight end. They're going to leave him in the block for some reason. Here you go, looking over the middle of the field, nowhere to go, but Davis Webb gets rid of it early, and Marlon Petway hangs on to it and breaks 2 tackles, and somehow Petway catches it with 2 guys running at him, a linebacker and a corner. And both of them end up on the ground, but he's standing up out of bounds. He's just too smooth.
Davis Webb, 11 for 13, 217 yards and a touchdown to start off season 31, Bomber. Are the Giants back to being an elite team this year?
I mean, it'd be a little bit of an overreach to say it right now, but this Giants team might be looking good. But there it goes again. There's the user D-line, the user sack. He says, I don't use her Tack McKinley that much. Well, I've watched 5 plays. I've seen him use her, I think, 5 plays. Here we go, 4th and 14. It's going to be a punt unit for the New York Giants, or as my man 50 Cent would say, punt unit. Something like that. Here we go, kicking it off. Here goes number 85, special teams. He's anxious to get it, and the New York Giants just whiff. He went right by him. What was he doing? That guy looked like he ran a 3.2 40, but his awareness might be 3 or 2 or 40. It was very low because I don't know where he went. Completely blew off my screen. I don't know about yours, Hop.
Yeah, he just ran right.
There's a gunner in safety in special teams. He definitely was that gunner on that play.
So, you know, we go back to Brody Denton here, the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, in a draft that had 7 QBs go in the top 12, and he gets picked in the 6th round by the Atlanta Falcons. Comes out and has a huge breakout rookie year. Would have won rookie year if Gerberry didn't have such a good year. And now he's
superstar development.
And superstar development, right, coming out the 6th round. How big is that to be able to find picks that late, as Playa does, as, you know, Gubb does? People like that, that's huge. Well, there's
Absolutely.
your play.
And he tries to run it, but he doesn't know what he's doing. And it's going to be picked off right there. He had a man coming right across the middle, wide open. Great coverage by number 20. That was phenomenal cornerback coverage for the New York Giants as Brody Denton. That was the knock on him. You wonder how our version of a Tom Brady happened in the NBL. Hop was trying to tell the story right now. But here's the deal. That was the knock on Brody Denton was throw power. I think he's an 87 throw power quarterback. And that's kind of what you get.
He was 87 out of draft. Yep.
As Petway gets to the outside, but nowhere to go. Tackled by number 45. Jones is going to put him on his back. It's going to be 2nd and 8 here for the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, and so he doesn't have a lot of throw power. That is the big knock on him. 88 throw power, but 91 short, 90 mid, 87 deep. He can make all the throws. It's just if he has the power to fit them in them tight windows like the elite quarterbacks can.
Single back formation, looking over the middle of the field. Davis Webb trying to throw it, but give me that pick, baby, pick. The user. No, it wasn't the user. But Myrick does get an interception. Nice coverage right there. That's some speed right there. You get a post route and a cover 2 man, and you see a guy jump underneath it. Man coverage very much improved this Madden, and you see it right there. Just a bad read. You know, you anticipate guys being open in man coverage, but, you know, sometimes the defense just makes a better play.
Yeah, I mean, that's just predetermined reads that in Madden 16, Madden 17, it would have been there. But like you said, Madden 18, I know mine myself have really enjoyed, and he throws it right back to him. 3 picks and 3 plays.
Interception right there by Reggie Ragland. He's dancing. I think that's the former Pittsburgh Steeler. 15 to the 10. They're going to tackle him down to the 6, 7. No, just the 8-yard line. Reggie Ragland with an interception. I believe he's a former Pittsburgh Steeler. See, all of our broadcasts somehow connect to one another. I guess that's the definition of connected franchise mode. It seems like all these players have played on somebody's team that's either on the broadcast or playing today.
Yeah, I mean, so now we got Davis Webb. We've seen 3 picks and 3 plays. Davis Webb coming out here in 2 halfback formation. Petway to the left, McMullen to the right, looking like a halfback screen, and it's actually the PA pass. And he gets in there for a touchdown. Marlon Petway, 26-3 Giants early in the 3rd quarter. I don't know. I was a big on the Falcons coming into season 31. I got to play them in the playoffs in the divisional round. I really thought that Brody Denton and company could really take that next step and become a team that could compete with the Vikings, with the Lions for the NFC, that could even compete up there with the Chargers and the Steelers for a Super Bowl, but it's just really not looking like it in Week 1. And I don't know. I am really surprised by this. I did not think that Brody Denton would get beat by 24 points to a New York Giants team that's not that great. So now we're going to see Brody Denton come back. 328 down 24. Let's see if we can get a check-in on the other games real quick. As Seattle's up 41-14, 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That game is pretty much over. As Brody Denton rolls out, he's got nobody. He's going to use his wheels, get up and out of bounds at the 36-yard line. We also have an update on the Pats-Bengals game. Patriots are 17-7 as Mahomes throws the Cook for a 70-yard strike on the first play of the second half. 17-7 Patriots over the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, it looked like he had the wheel route. He hits the drag route, and that is Dion Burst that gets up early. I think Bomber is having some issues right now. He will be back here shortly. And let's see if we can get him back right now. Brody Denton dropping back again. Hits a quick out route to Burst. He gets up into the 35-yard line. As Brody Denton
lost
after
100
15,
viewers, but I'm
127 yards.
I'm going to try to grind it back, guys. I'm going to try to get our viewers back. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. I had to handle something. 1st and 10. What's going on? Is Atlanta trying to show a pulse here? Is there any kind of life? Is there blood? What's the blood pressure looking like for Atlanta right now? I mean, they got a standing still heart rate. We need to see some kind of life here. There's nowhere to go from Devontae Freeman. 5 rushes, 7 yards. And Devontae Freeman, as he's gotten older, I've really questioned to myself, man, they should have kept Tevin Coleman. He would have just been a nice 1-2 punch, Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. They didn't want to pay them both. Tevin Coleman has had a very successful career in New Orleans, though. He's played phenomenal. Over the middle of the field, Brody Denton finds his man, but the ball's out. Hit stick, fumble. That might be the user down to the 21, and the New York Giants are running away with this. Do we have another game?
We do
this
not.
This game's looking over. Is this it?
It is, and the Seattle is up 41-14 with 2 to go in the fourth quarter, and that is our games for tonight.
That's what we're looking at here. We're going to give the Atlanta Falcons one more drive to see if they can get a stop here. Man in motion. It looks like McMullen's going to get the carry, and wow, nowhere really to go, but he just walks for 9 yards. That's sarcasm at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you're not telling me the Atlanta Falcons are giving up on this game, then you're not telling the truth. It just doesn't seem like Atlanta's very engaged right now, and you're not seeing much effort defensively from a defensive unit that on the defensive line you see so much pressure and push, and then cornerbacks that are so fast they can make plays. This team just seems a little bit in disarray, a little bit of an ugly start so far. Play action, Davis Webb looking over the middle of the field, multiple guys open and throws almost a pick. Vic Beasley gets out into coverage and makes a nice play right there, 3rd and 1, but I don't see New York Giants having any problems picking this up, because they got Marlon Petway in the backfield, and that guy is a beast. He's a downhill trucker. Watch number 26 right now. I expect him to get the ball. Here we go, shotgun formation, handoff, and he's going to walk. Nowhere really to go except for about 10 yards in front of me and take the truck stick. He leaves the cornerbacks on their back. Marlon Petway, this guy's a beast. He's maybe the NBL version of Jerome Bettis with maybe just a little bit more juice. Yeah, just a little bit more speed.
Because he's got that breakaway speed. You catch him on the outside, and he will blow past you. But he's not afraid to put his head down and run over you like we just seen right there.
Evan Ingram on a wheel route. Beckham on a deep dig right there as the cornerbacks are dropping off. Zone coverage again. Here he's looking over the middle of the field. He had his man open to split it. He had B wide open. He didn't go, but he's going to hit the wheel to Petway, who can't be tackled. You can't tackle him with the safety or a corner. I don't even know if you can tackle him with the light in the tail linebacker. It's got to be 260 plus, because this guy really does bring the pain. I know a lot of people say, man, it's tough to stop his truck stick, and I absolutely believe it. Shotgun formation. Davis Webb looking over the middle of the field, nowhere to go. He's going to take a deep shot down the field. He finds his man, Odell Beckham. This game's over. Put it in the bag. 13 for 17, 269 yards, a touchdown and a pick. And if he's throwing back shoulder dots like that, how are you going to stop Davis Webb and this Odell Beckham connection? Because, man, this Odell Beckham, he's still got it. He hasn't lost a step this entire Madden cycle.
No, I mean, he hasn't. He had probably the 2 most dominant years, season 27, season 28. And then he hasn't lost anything since then. He's getting older. I think he's 29, 30 right now. As Stokes drops it right there, drops a touchdown. Great play by Neal. I think it's a strong safety for the Falcons, but he just hasn't lost a step at all. It's amazing how these
in
older
the
players.
chat right now, we got Earthy Soccer God saying, wow, the Giants are doing good with Webb, and we can't win with Manning. Actually, in this CFM, in the NBL, Eli Manning didn't even get a chance. He went with Davis Webb out the gate, and Davis Webb got Rookie of the Year, NBL MVP of that year, got a ton of XP. You can find that on 365.maddenbomberleague.com and check the owner awards, and you'll see the most valuable player. Davis Webb has quite a history, and he's a Super Bowl champion. This guy's going to be up there in the top 25 Madden creative players of this cycle as he rolls out and rolls out again, and he's going to shed that off, and he's going to step out of bounds. Couldn't get rid of it, but he's not a creative player, so there's that. If he was. But he's still going to be top 25. I don't think top 25 matters if you're created or not.
No, it does not.
Because Stafford was 1 and Ben was 2. Yeah, so he'll be top 25. He's not going to be in the Players Hall of Fame because he's not a creative player. But the way he plays, I mean, he doesn't resemble the Davis Webb in real life, at least in my mind.
No,
maybe for some with hope that really hate Eli Manning, they believe this is the Davis Webb they might get. But I don't know. I can't buy that just yet.
So. I mean, this is a kid coming from Cal. He was good at Cal, but he was never superstar great. I just don't. I don't think.
And October's saying the Giants looking to throw the dirt on the birds. I like that one. I think they already have. Yeah. So the dirty birds, a little play on that. That's smart. That's smart. That's smart, October. I see what you're trying to do there. Play action. Here we go. Davis Webb still looking to drive the ball down the field. No one's open, but he's got all kinds of time. Check your watch because he doesn't need to make a move now. But here he goes. He's taking off to the sideline. Gets down to the 9-yard line. 4 rushes, 20 yards. And what kind of pressure is that? This is the Atlanta Falcons, a team that's getting 55 to 60 sacks as a team in an NBL season. Tack McKinley, who's getting close to 30 sacks a season. No pressure on the New York Giants. This has got to be a disappointing opening for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, this game was over at halftime. It just looked like the Falcons have gave up. Never have I seen that defensive line get stopped like that multiple plays in a row. That's amazing to me.
Bananas, the former owner of these New York Giants, and NBL Super Bowl champion in the chat right now saying, Davis Vick, baby. And that nickname actually came from myself. I watched him just scramble on me, and I said, man, this guy's Davis Vick. This guy's not Davis Webb. He's Davis Vick the way he gets out of the pocket. Why is he so fast? Why is he so quick? Well, I mean, that's because he's Davis Vick, and that's what he does. Brody Denton's about to get a huge heap of pressure, and he does not do good with it as he throws it away. A dirt ball, 10 for 17, 142 yards. And how many interceptions do you think he has, Hop?
I would say he's got more than 3.
Well, yeah, he's got more than 3 and less than 5. That's going to put him dead center at 4 right there. 10 for 17, 4 picks from a guy. What was his numbers? Go look up his numbers last year. Give us a little insight into how poor of a performance this is for a guy that wears number 4 because his favorite mentor growing up as he hits a slant route there over the middle, gets down to the 39-yard line. Brody Denton wears number 4 because his favorite player growing up, well, his dad's favorite player, was Brett Favre.
So last year,
he's an 87 throw power, so 88 throw power. So he doesn't live up in that way, but that's his idol. Hand out to the outside, Devontae Freeman, nowhere to go. User juke, knocks down 3 defenders. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie gets up with ease. 2nd and 10 here for the Atlanta Falcons as they're just trying to put points on the board because it's all about playing for pride. I mean, it's week 1. You got to come away with something positive, and right now, if I'm the Atlanta Falcons, I'm looking around and saying, man, we got to be better than this. I mean, this is a team that limped into the playoffs last year. We were the number 2 seed. Where's our pride at? Shotgun formation, Devontae Freeman to the left. Watch number 10 in Burst, Deion Burst. This guy's a speedy wide receiver. He can get it done underneath, over the top, however you want it. Dropping back, looking over the middle of the field, and he's going to just loft it up. That's going to be, should be tip picked. And yes, it does get picked. That's pick number. More than 4, it's less than 6. That's going to be 5, and that's going to do it for our show. NBL Live broadcast number 206. I know we started off with the Seahawks in Tampa. I think we were on to something with the Browns and Steelers. Game got disconnected. We moved all the way over here to the Giants-Falcons. And here we are, 30-3. The Giants are ahead as they're running Petway one more time to the outside. I mean, this guy is just too much. Demoralized. Giants going to prove the 1-0. Falcons going to fall to 0-1. The Seahawks looking good. They're going to improve to 1-0 with their victory over Tampa. Tampa falls to 0-1. NBL season 31, week 1. Who's the player of the game for the Seattle Seahawks Tampa game? I'm going to go with Bobby Wagner. He had a pick 6 and a bunch of tackles. That's where I'm at, Hop. Where do you see that at? I know we watched about 2.5 quarters of that game.
Hey, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, pick 6. He was just everywhere all over the field for that Seattle defense. Bobby Wagner, play of the game.
Absolutely. Is another toss outside to Marlon Petway. That's going to be our player of the game. That's going to do it for this broadcast. If you're interested in joining the NBL, go to 365.maddenbomberleague.com to apply. Big shout out to EA for the host on this Twitch channel. Don't forget to hit that follow and that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the future here, hopefully hosted on some EA channel some more times. But for right now, as another counter to the outside, Marlon Petway is just so tough to bring down. Thank you for coming out tonight. This was broadcast number 206. We'll see you next time on NBL Live. And for myself and Hop, y'all have a good night.